What's next on America's Horse? Here's Pam Minnick to tell us.
Thanks, Chris. We'll have coverage of the world's richest barrel racing futurity when America's Horse returns.
Here's Pam Minnick now in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
It starts with a prospect, a quarter horse with their natural athletic ability and speed. As a 2-year-old, the training is slow and steady around the barrel pattern. Then you ask for speed. Those who thought their horses would be ready to run by Memorial Day nominated them last December for this, the world's richest barrel racing futurity in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
And no event symbolizes the spirit of the frontier more than the 14th annual Old Fort Days Barrel Racing Futurity. Over 650 entries are in the trials from 38 states and Canada, competing for over $300,000 in prize money. A 2-time winner of this event, Betty Roper, tells why this futurity attracts so many entries.
Well, I think just the big money. That's the main thing. A lot of people just like to come down here and vacation for a week and just a good atmosphere.
45 horses will advance to the finals. All trial times are dropped, and the race is on for the $62,000 first place payoff. Talmadge Green has won several spring futurities, and I asked him why it's difficult to predict a winner at Fort Smith.
Well, because these horses, you know how it is. If he decides it's his given day, he comes in and makes that heck of a run. It's no average or nothing. He just rises to occasion and makes that great run and wins it, you know. And he just has a lot of luck with him at the same time.
We'll have more futurity finals action from Fort Smith, Arkansas, where a first place payoff of $62,000 is on the line when America's Horse returns to the Old Fort Days Futurity in Fort Smith, Arkansas. We begin the highlights of the finals with Firewater Surprise, owned by Texans Tommy and Ginger Hilton, and ridden by James Ward. This is a flashy Palomino quarter horse, and James is a top barrel horse trainer who wisely keeps the second barrel standing and makes a smooth turn around the third. James sets the finals pace with a 17.315. Next is Sexy Classy Moon, owned by Kim Manley of Missouri and ridden by Bobby Stivers, who really turns the barrels tightly. Bobby is an aggressive rider and has to hustle this horse to the finish line to get in 17.318, just 3/1,000ths off the lead. Here's Lucky Irish Moon, owned and ridden by Johnny Woodard. They skim the first barrel and get the crowd's attention. This horse can really run and turn, and the pair from South Carolina stop the clock in 17.326. Live Money is co-owned and ridden by Talmadge Green of Locust Grove, Georgia. This is one of 3 horses Talmadge has been winning consistently on this spring. Talmadge is one of the winningest trainers of barrel futurity horses and shows his ability here with a 17.391. Kelly Yates owns and rides Cole's Spanish Jet. Kelly is a former National Finals Rodeo barrel racer who's spending her time now training 4-year-old futurity horses. She loses a little time on the third barrel, but finishes with a 17.359. With the fastest time in the trials of 16.989, Beth Ogle is the last runner. I talked to her earlier and asked what she felt her chances were in the finals.
Barring hitting the barrel, really, he's a nice colt, and he should place fairly high if we don't hit a barrel. And I'll be tickled.
Beth's quarter horse gelding is Solano's Echo. She stumbles and tips the first barrel and seems to have to hold him off the second, which she tips. It's one turn to go, and she makes it penalty-free. Beth runs away with the win in 16.912, even faster than her qualifying time. The crowd goes absolutely nuts, and as we look at the replay of the run, I must tell you, this is a Cinderella story. A grandmother from Kinta, Oklahoma, trains and rides a horse she bought at a sale 2 years ago for just $800. Beth Ogle wins $62,000 today. I asked how the run felt from Beth's point of view.
Well, the horse was a little more nervous. The band had him, and it's brighter in here. And he was on the muscle, and he was running hard, which I pretty well knew that's what would happen. And he turned a super duper first barrel. I don't think I hit the first barrel. And the second barrel, he was trying to dive into it, and I very wildly rode him wrong-handed. And we made it, and then he sat and turned a good in barrel for me and really worked hard coming home.
After the 4-year-old Futurities, the colts go on to derbies, or they're for sale to someone headed to enjoyable barrel racing competition. And for the Futurity trainer, the process begins all over again.